Go World, I might be back with another reaction video. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure if you're new here, you hit that subscribe button. If you ain't new here, make sure you tell somebody else to subscribe so maybe we can get this channel popping. And if you don't help me get this channel popping, you might just get popped. That's just what we do here. MIAB, let's get straight to it. Let's go World. You already know what we're doing. We're jumping straight into it. We're doing a man. He walks in on a killer sawing his roommate's neck. I don't know. Let's jump straight into it. Switching it up with a different vibe. Let's just see if it really switches up with a different vibe, because honestly, I don't know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Here we go.
He's down here. It's back.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's take a peek.
Just about running down the stairs. He had a knife that way and everything.
He's got puncture wounds all over the place, too.
And so I'm like, oh, here's a young retard Hitler.
Oh.
If someone is trying to start a new worldwide cult, I will eliminate that person.
On March 10th, 2020, officers
Starting off
with the
hot.
Idaho Falls Police Department are called to a home after one of the residents witnesses a bone-chilling crime. As investigators plunge into a case brimming with appalling discoveries and a suspect on the run, they encounter a twisted tale of cultish accusations and mental disorders. However, nothing prepares them for the twisted motive they will uncover at the end of this heinous crime. On a chilly evening, 31-year-old Aaron makes an urgent 911 call when he encounters a horrifying scene. The following videos have never been seen or heard before.
911, where's your emergency?
This guy named Douglas, he just killed Hans. I don't know what his name is. His last name Hans.
Aaron lives with 5 other individuals in a home dubbed the Graduate House, run by a local non-profit that offers alternative housing options for those in need.
So he just took off running down the street.
Is he breathing?
No, he's not. Hans is not breathing.
Even though Aaron is panic-stricken, he somehow manages to gather his composure and relay vital details to the operator.
He ran down towards Common Sense, towards that direction.
Who's the number? You said he just have a
Actually, I
knife?
stopped the
Yeah, he
video.
got that. He just killed him.
Is he on the ground?
Yeah, I've been in a situation like this when I came home and my 2 roommates got into a big-ass fight. And one of them stabbed the other roommate, and there was literally blood everywhere, and he stabbed him right in his neck. I literally came home to him with a knife stuck in his neck, and them trying to figure it out. This type of situation is scary, and living with people that are on that crazy shit, and then you come home to something like this, just had to take the time to say that, because it's something you never forget, because it's just scary.
Ground?
He's on the ground. Hans is on the ground. He just cut his neck with an knife, man.
Is he lit? Okay, let's start CPR. You're gonna
I
put
can't.
your walker.
I don't know. He's dead. He's dead. He's blue. He's completely blue. His neck is cut. What's knife? Over here. Over here.
As officers arrive and move quickly to secure the scene, they find Aaron outside while the victim is bleeding out inside on the kitchen floor.
He's down here. It's back.
What are you trying to look into?
9-0, myself and 1-7 are clearing house.
Good. Ready?
Inside the house, officers Kelly and Picard find the lifeless body of 51-year-old Herman Hans Warland lying in a pool of blood.
We got a back door. Running down the street. Just hang out here.
So it's common sense. He had a knife
That way?
and everything.
So who's the guy? Do you know the guy?
Yeah, Ben.
Talk to me. Here, just talk to me, man.
Douglas Taylor just killed Hans. The dude, he cut his throat with a knife.
I need you to stick with me, man. If we're gonna find this guy.
Who is he? His name's Douglas Taylor. He has brown hair. It goes over his eyes, and he has he's wearing a brown jacket and a brown pants with brown boots. He ran off towards Common Sense with a knife.
Okay.
I woke up. I was asleep. I heard him fighting. He goes, "No, stop, please, please." And that's all I heard. And I came upstairs. And he was laying on the floor with blood all over him.
Okay. Connor.
Where's he at, Aaron?
He's right here, but hey, wait, come this way.
Come this way, Connor, this way.
This way.
Hey, you'll be at the bathroom right here.
Just hold on.
Hey, go grab the airway bag.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's take a peek.
Okay. Just try not to touch
sure.
it.
All other fire units incoming can slow down.
Even though all hope appears to be lost for the
What's going
victim,
on?
Hans, paramedics continue to check on him.
Watch where you step, please. Okay. Have you step right back out then?
Yep.
So, he's right there. Let's just clear this real quick.
I'll pie this room on the left. If you want to hold forward, Karen. Looks like it's a bathroom. There's a shower curtain. I'm gonna go in.
No, why not?
Okay, shower's behind the door, so I can't see. Clear.
Back upstairs, paramedics huddle
Terrible,
over the
because
victim
if they would have had to
document
open
the
that again, it
injuries.
would have been.
Yeah.
Right there, here, witness. We're trying to get a 4-leader.
Nobody would have got hurt.
Harkness wants a 4-liter in, so. What's that? Harkness just wants a 4-liter in. Okay. So just so. He's got puncture wounds all over the place, too. Does he? Yeah.
Oof.
What's up? It's working.
Oh, it's working.
They don't even know what to
Doing the whole
do.
deal?
Those type of jobs are so hard.
No, I'll go grab mine. Yep.
In an unexpected twist, Hans Warlin, the victim everyone thought was dead, has a pulse. As officers hurry to photograph the crime scene, paramedics act swiftly in a desperate effort to save the victim's
He's
life.
alive? No way.
You're gonna have to start taking pictures quick, either. Dispatch maybe one.
Oh, they got
All
a
right,
picture of
guys, we have a full
this?
trauma activation. We have an estimated 35-year-old male, cardiac arrest. He is in PEA. Chet, I think we just move him and just get him out of here. I think it's our best bet.
I'm gonna keep talking to this guy.
Did you just say chat?
It's good.
John, he's one of those logistically organized them. It's coming out of the back of his head.
Dude, it's freaking.
Dude, I don't know. Keep going, keep cranking, keep cranking. Oh, God damn it.
It's like you get them, then you lose them, and you get them, and you lose them. Like,
I'm gonna sketch my Jeff.
In order to save precious
That's
seconds,
scary.
paramedics improvise their plans to get Hans into the ambulance as quickly as possible.
Well, Jeff, we don't have to worry about the Tom Hater subs.
Yeah, no, okay. Let's just get over it. Get over top drafts.
Okay, we're all set. Chip, let's see this back to the side of his neck.
It's pumping blood out, bud. Pumping it.
this is insane.
Alright, let's just roll. Clock too.
Pull that arm. That arm.
Let's get it squared up a little
That's
bit.
something they don't show
He's got
much.
rhythm or what?
Yeah, he's in PEA, dude.
Okay.
Boys, you ready?
Okay. Just gonna drag his his legs. Gonna go south. Get him up. All right. Watch his hands. I know I'm trying to get clock machine.
He said the knife's in here, in the house somewhere.
Officer
Thought it was a
Lindquist brings
saw.
up a fundamental detail about the missing murder weapon, but that's not the only thing they're lacking. They still have a suspect at large, potentially causing even more death and destruction. Officers immediately turn their attention to Aaron, the 911 caller who's been standing outside talking on his cell phone this entire time.
I want somebody monitoring him on audio right now. I think McCart's recording, but he left him. So this guy's making phone calls and talking and sharing information. We need to get reported.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's just babbling.
Tape it. Hey, you got that? Tape it. Everything. Yeah.
Before Aaron has a chance to talk to anyone else, Detective Albright records his statement. But the more Aaron reveals, the more uneasy the detectives become. The detective begins his questioning by asking about his roommate, Douglas Taylor, the man Aaron identified as the perpetrator on the call earlier.
So, Doug, what time did he leave this morning?
Like 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning.
Something like that. Yeah.
What? Do you know where he was going?
No, I don't know where he went.
Does he work or anything?
No, he
like
doesn't
that?
work either. He just got released out of a hospital too.
Oh, really?
From what I understand.
How long has Doug been living here?
Only a month.
Only a month.
They
Yeah.
barely
Detectives
know
will
each other.
later
and shit.
uncover the deranged reason that caused Douglas to mercilessly assault a roommate, but for now they continue speaking with Aaron.
So Doug got released a month ago or so.
Yeah.
And then he shows up here. How was he when he first arrived?
Kind of peculiar. Just doesn't want to talk to people. Doesn't want to interact.
The manager of the group home arrives on the scene and provides officers with more valuable details about their missing suspect.
So is this like a group home or what is it?
They're gonna find out who he really is
We
and
own
shit.
3 of them. We got Andre's house, we got the lady's house, and this is our graduate house.
Okay.
Most of the guys here had come through. We actually allowed Douglas to come straight from Blackfoot South to come in here. He was supposed to be all right. He was attending counseling at RHS, and I was by here 3 times yesterday, and I didn't see nothing different in the kid. I talked to him and all of a sudden, and Hans never did anything to anybody.
Right.
I mean, that kid was just as docile as he wanted to be, man.
Blackfoot South is a state hospital specializing in mental health located approximately 30 miles south of Idaho Falls. While the reasons for Douglas's treatment remain unknown, it gave an insight into his possible mental health concerns.
Had he been normal kind of before that, for like the first 2 weeks he was here?
No, not really. It's kind of like strange.
That's what happens when you have those type of homes, though.
So he's been talking to himself ever since he got here?
Yeah, ever since he got here. But he started laughing to himself recently.
Oh, just in the last 3 days?
Yeah, just the last 3 days, yeah.
Why do you fight? Why walk this path of subterfuge and conflict?
Walk this path of subterfusion.
Do you know what have you overheard what he says when he talks to himself?
I don't listen to him.
What about
Listen, if I
when
wanted
he's
YouTube
laughing?
Premium and I could
say
afford
anything
YouTube
specifically?
Premium.
No, he just mutters stuff that you can't hear.
What Aaron recounts next will leave no doubt as to the manic brutality of the events.
That's when I heard them scuffling or fighting upstairs, and I ran upstairs. And when I ran upstairs, that's when I seen Douglas Taylor with a knife sawing on Hans's neck.
The distance between the top of the basement stairs to the site of the stabbing is less than 20 feet. The fact that Aaron witnessed the ruthless attack from such close proximity suggests that he was lucky to escape with his life.
Oh, he looked at you?
Yeah, he looked at me.
Did he say anything?
No, he didn't say anything.
Was he still holding the knife?
Yes.
Or did he make any motions towards you
No,
or
he
anything?
didn't make any motions or any threatening behavior or anything. I would have fought it back, man, if I would know.
So Hans was on all fours, on his knees, and with his hands on the
And
ground.
he said, "No, stop, please." I heard him say, "No, stop, please."
The crime scene photographs the officers raced to document earlier offer frightening proof of Aaron's detailed account.
Remember what kind of a knife it was?
It looked like a kitchen knife.
Like a kitchen knife?
I'm not sure, but they found that there's a red knife laying on the floor in there in the living room that might be the knife. I'm not sure. But it looked like a kitchen knife that it had with a brown handle on it.
Do you remember if it had a serrated edge? Or
Yes, it had a sawed edge.
You knew when it got the brown
edge.
edges.
Oh, that
to
makes sense.
those
You
ones.
used that phrase, he was sawing at his head.
Right.
On his neck. Wow.
The description of the weapon should help officers locate it quickly
Don't
if
you
the
hear that
suspect
brown
did
on
in
that?
fact
Yeah,
leave out to share a curious detail regarding the relationship between...
Excuse me for that. If you hear this brown on the edge of the knife, no, that's a lethal ass knife. Because it's probably wood. Or it's probably something better.
Leave it at the scene, but Aaron is about to share a curious detail regarding the relationship between the victim Hans and his attacker Douglas.
Did it seem like previous to this, he had gotten along with Hans, or?
Yeah, they would sit in the kitchen for hours and then end sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So is it fair to say that Doug and Hans got along better than maybe Doug and other people?
No.
No.
No one really got along with him. No one really talked to him.
Nobody really, and that's why I was asking, because earlier he had said that he wasn't very sociable.
No, he wasn't very sociable. Hans is a friendly, nice guy. But Douglas is not.
As Aaron's interview comes to an end, officers are still left wondering about the motive behind the assault and the location of the missing perpetrator. Through all of this, Hans' life still hangs in the balance.
Right, through all this, we still haven't found the other guy.
Here's Jason, you see down there? You also need your driver to go out.
They got a pulse back or something.
If he goes, collect
Okay. Were you listening to the radio? It came out as like Suicide?
Dude, she wouldn't spit it out.
I know. So
I
she
was sitting there getting
dispatched
pissed off, like I was cursing.
Well, she dispatched 3, so already I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good, right?
Yeah.
And then it just, her dispatching, like, it's terrible.
Lift up, lift up.
It's bad. I think
I only went a little bit farther, so I'm assuming we didn't miss nothing.
I don't know.
Watch out for seatbelts.
Hey, you guys want to get him turned over on whatever doctor is taking him? Is it you, Rosenberg? Okay, good to go. He's got his left to his left carotid. His trach been cut. He's got multiple superficial stab wounds. If we worked him because he's PEA, we're going to need him.
Make sure that one on the left one put them there.
I'll let you,
Do you have a Sharpie?
I can get one.
Yeah, why don't we do that so I can start marking stuff?
Amid the hectic scene in the trauma room, doctors need critical information, but Officer Lindquist is about to have another breakdown in communication with the dispatch operator.
When did this come in?
There's like so many different
Dispatch,
things
can I
going
get the time
on
of call for the stabbing?
to this one case.
They'll tell me to say, Choo-choo, can I get time of call for the hospital?
The time that you were on scene there, or the time that we notified him of the call?
The time the call came out.
Are you on the main?
Yes. Charlie, I don't know how hard it is for anybody to look at the time the call came out and tell me that.
We didn't go across that time.
Choo-choo, any unit with a computer in front of them, can you please advise?
5. And I'm not sure what other time you're asking for.
They're having like this communication difficulty that's pissing me off. Alright, let's go.
Medical team does everything they can to save Han's life. At the house, officers gathered outside and discussed their impressions of the crime scene and the possible location of their suspect.
Did you go inside at all?
Me? Yeah.
Pretty bloody?
Yeah, he was bleeding out all over the kitchen floor.
So you did?
He looked dead to us. We didn't go any closer to him. We cleared the top floor, and then we backed out.
While officers might have secured the scene, it is clear that they need to quickly widen their search if they hope to have any possibility of catching the suspect.
So when we're clear this mall, we're going to be, correction, I'm going to be canvassing the...
I want to know where the fuck.
East of the canal.
Adjacent to this canal sits a large shopping center where officers will make an unexpected discovery.
2-4. It looks like there's somebody sitting right next to the stores to your west. 278 Albertsons, over here on the back of Albertsons.
Officers converge behind the Albertsons, approximately 3/4 of a mile from the crime scene, and find their suspect sitting against the east side of the building. When officers ask what his name is, he replies, Douglas Taylor.
Yeah, it's got blood on his hands. The weapon.
What happened? You just lost it or something?
They said the weapon he left there. 9041. Your suspect is saying the knife is there in the house. So the suspect is saying that the knife is still in the house.
Even though Aaron originally reported that he saw Douglas fleeing from the crime scene holding a weapon, detectives identify a blood-soaked knife lying on the floor in the living room and get Douglas to the station without incident.
Step in there, go and take a seat.
Throughout his detainment, Douglas has appeared eerily calm and cooperative.
Does his hand look
I
bloody?
chose
I didn't think
Wix
they did.
for my business because of
What a
its
fucker.
massive scope for functionality and...
But to get a full picture of the savage attack, detectives need to interview him. However, even seasoned detectives are not prepared to deal with the suspect as unsettling as this one.
We're gonna do it. Right there. You want some water? Yeah. I do want water. There you go.
After reading him his Miranda rights, Detective Schwicht cuts straight to the chase.
Can you tell me what happened tonight from your side of things?
Oh, this is how the video started.
I'm
on
here
like crazy and shit.
Okay. Can you tell me why? What happened tonight?
I'm not sure how to explain why I did it.
Within the first few minutes of the interview, Douglas confesses to the attack. However, the motive behind his actions will remain a mystery that investigators have yet to resolve.
I don't know how to explain it using regular terminology.
I'm so sorry, guys. I have a wife, and she's just telling me to take the meat out of the fridge. So I have to do that. And I'm going to do it with y'all, because that's how we're going to build a relationship with each other. If you make it this far in the video, you know I have my life, and you know you have yours, and you know sacrifices you make. Just take the meat out. Bam.
Okay. In your own words is fine. I'll ask questions if the things I don't understand. I was thinking probably something happened tonight, or maybe it's an ongoing issue that got you really mad.
I wasn't angry.
Okay.
I have a system of metaphysics which would give you some insight into why.
Can you explain a little bit? Can you just explain to us what
Crazy people
exactly
always got some
happened?
reason.
I brutally stabbed to death that man in the kitchen.
It should be noted that Douglas doesn't know that Hans still clings to life and casually reveals a morbid series of events. Based on what happens later, everything he says will be called into question.
You said it should have resulted in death. If he survives and pulls through, is that going to be a problem for you, or
There was no chance of survival.
did you make absolutely certain that the way you stabbed him was definitely going to kill him? Where did you stab him on his body? Because I haven't seen this guy.
I slit his neck open.
Wow.
He should have bled out completely.
Did you stab him more than once?
Yeah.
Were you really mad at him?
No.
Sorry, I guess I asked you that before.
I mean, when you're doing it, you have to do it in a precise manner, of course.
He thinks he's a pro and shit, but he really
You
didn't
know,
kill him.
like if he's
Well,
going
I
to
don't
defend
know.
himself, or try to talk back, or try to prolong, then it becomes more incremental until you just finally make the final kill wound.
Sounds like he's killing a deer.
But I think I stabbed him about 15 times until the final slit to the right side of his neck, piercing through all those veins on the side. I witnessed him begin to bleed profusely. So, yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center,
tell me he
an
makes it.
inevitable tragedy strikes.
Did they just call it?
It was really I called our case and let him know road 30 light.
They called it.
Yeah.
Hans had succumbed to his grievous injuries,
And he
turning
died.
the case into a murder investigation.
We thought like the back of his head was all disconnected on scene.
Fucking Douglas.
Lost too much of the wire.
Yeah,
How do you laugh?
Too much time on it, man.
How do you laugh?
I know.
2 days later, during an autopsy, medical
scared.
examiners will report that Hans died from 17 stab wounds inflicted upon the torso, left arm, neck, and other extremities. Meanwhile, detectives in the interrogation room are also getting closer to unearthing Douglas's motivations behind his appalling actions.
Certain individuals who desire to begin new cults I like to identify and professionally examine, to see if that is precisely what they're trying to do. If someone is trying to start a new worldwide cult, I will eliminate that person.
Hell no.
Do you think he was trying to start a new worldwide cult?
Yes.
Okay.
That is my standard.
Okay.
Crazy.
You think being the leader of a cult, he would have done some really bad things?
There are enough religions on this planet.
Like too many. So we'd be better off with fewer of those.
Yes.
While it's highly doubtful that Hans was indeed starting a cult, Douglas goes on to explain the reasoning behind this horrifying belief and his subsequent decision.
Did he share his beliefs?
I knew an ad was coming. I knew it.
Probably his mythology and stuff
To a
like
degree.
that with you. Did he tell you about that?
To a degree.
That must have been something.
You tell I'm an atheist and I don't tolerate proselytizing.
Was that what he was doing, proselytizing to you about his beliefs?
Strangely, yes. Man trying to start a new cult. Not the right idea. Tries to reduce all of the world religions to some German mythology. makes us think like people who understand some mysterious concept are the true rulers of all of the...
I'm really sitting here trying to see if he's going to give us a right answer, but I know that shit's never coming. A true ruler of
different nationalities, religions, and peoples. And so I'm like, oh, here's a young retard Hitler.
As the interrogation comes to an end, the detective has one final question for Douglas.
After stabbing a guy like this, what do you think would be the right thing to do with you? What do you think the police, the law, the judges, all these people who sit and make decisions about all this, what do you think is the right and appropriate thing to do?
Not sure, jail, then prison?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the right thing for you?
Yeah.
But if the detectives thought that this would be the last they'd hear of the man, they were in for a shocker. On October 12, 2021, over a year and a half after the incident, Detective Schwick received a handwritten letter from Douglas while he awaited trial. In the letter, Douglas claimed that he didn't kill Hans and alleged that his old roommate Aaron is the one who killed Hans. Douglas reports that he heard a sound, entered the house, and saw Hans on the floor in his blood. He then went back outside where he alleged that Aaron threatened him and gave him a jacket with some blood on it. After being supposedly traumatized by the events, Douglas claimed to have agreed to take the blame and made a false confession later. When Detective Schwick interviewed Aaron, he found him to be completely innocent, with no involvement in the crime whatsoever. Not long after his arrest, Douglas Taylor entered into the Idaho Security Medical Program, but on October 13, 2020, after almost 4 months in the program, doctors declared him fit to stand trial. Then on December 15, 2021, Douglas Taylor pled guilty to murder in the first degree and was sentenced to 27 years to life on February 14, 2022.
That's crazy. Honestly, that guy was just a loony bin. Everybody can have different beliefs and we can all live in the same world. Appreciate you guys. You guys let me know how you feel about this case. This case was kind of crazy, honestly. Like I said, I've been come home to a situation like this, but this situation is still crazier because my roommate at least didn't die. Appreciate you guys. Hit the subscribe button. Sheesh.